Hi, I'm Jerry Slusiewicz, Pacific Financial Planners, host of our video update. We do these once in a while to kind of reset the table, if you will, based on market conditions. Today is Tuesday, August 21st, 2012. Markets intraday, certainly on the S&P, the Dow, and the QQQ, the NASDAQ 100, hit multi-year highs intraday, only to turn around and close a little lower. The markets have been drifting higher since early June, and if you've been following my podcast or my radio show, you'll know that we've been fully invested over that time frame, riding this rising trend. Now, with that said, the sentiment has been changing dramatically as the markets got higher and higher and higher to these multi-year highs. Now, the retail investors more interested in stock. I'm getting calls, people wanting to buy unsolicited Apple computer at multi-year highs, etc. And it's important to understand that the risks are higher as well. As a matter of fact, if you look at the VIX index, the volatility index, it's a measurement of fear, is at multi-year lows. And you might think that that's a good thing, but actually it's quite the opposite. Many times when investors get complacent, that's when the risks are higher. We've kind of gone up into the resistance area. We went slightly above it, and the trend lately has been to go slightly above resistance, only to come back down. Now, I'm not predicting a crash or the end of the world, but I think that we could pull back to like 1370, 1375 on the S&P, which is around 3 to 5% from today's level. I do think that we should probably have some sort of pullback. If you look at the Treasury yield to S&P yield, you look at many of the newsletter writers, you look at the AAII, Association of Individual Investors, they're getting more and more bullish, which is actually contrary to where we want the markets to do, because they climb the wall of worry. What's driving the market higher? There is a thought that both the Fed, with the Jackson Hole meeting coming on August 31st with Ben Bernanke, which 2 years ago he announced quantitative easing, and the ECB, the European Central Bank, is going to come to some sort of solution for bailing out southern Greece and adding more money to the liquidity to our financial system to drive stocks higher. Now, I personally do not think that the Fed is going to take any action, because the market's not too good, but it's also not too bad for them to take that action. I think we're going to see a continuation of what I call jawboning. Jawboning is where the Fed says we're standing at the ready, we've got the backstop in place. But as far as the ECB, the European Central Bank, because they're in a full-on recession over there, I think that the risks are still high that after 2.5 years and 20 meetings of the Euro leaders, that they still won't be able to come to some sort of resolution for a bond printing program, which is what Mario Draghi, the head of the European Central Bank, really wants. Now, maybe they will. We're fully invested. We're riding the tide, but we've tightened up our stop losses very, very tight. We do think that it might be time to ease back on the acceleration on the equity side. On the fixed index side, the 10-year Treasury went from 1.38 to over 1.8% in just over a 6-week period of time. It's quite a bit rise. We've kind of been in resistance at the 200-day moving average. We may see that trend reverse a little bit. We do have a position in gold, and that is the hedge against the European Central Bank or our Fed doing something. So we're pretty diversified, but we do have all our ducks in a row. Now, it's important for you to take precaution in this environment. If you've been underinvested, obviously you need to work with somebody who understands when it's time to invest and when it's time to lighten up. I'm offering a free no obligation portfolio review. Give me a call at 800-449-9501 or on the web at www.yourmoneytalks.com. Now, I'm doing a radio show Monday through Friday on the Financial News and Talk Network. So you can go, if you're online, listen to anyone in the world, financialnewsandtalk.com. And on the left-hand side, it says Play Now. There's 2 channels, AM 1450, AM 1510. That's North San Diego and the Greater Inland LA Empire. So you can listen if you're here, drive time, 8 to 9 a.m. Pacific time, or on the web, financialnewsandtalk.com. It's my program, Your Money Talks. We've been doing radio for around 10 years, keeping our investors and our clients up to speed in terms of what our thoughts are on the market, and we not only do we walk the walk, we talk the talk, and we back it up by using protection. You should too. Give me a call today, 800-449-9501. And thank you again for watching our Money Talks video update.